Rewiring Reality, the Brain-Computer Interface and its Effect on Existing Technologies. Written by Joshua Dillmore. The Brain-Computer Interface, BCI, is technology that can be invasive or non-invasive in which a computer chip processes the information from the brain or to the brain, translating outgoing or incoming signals. This creates a direct pathway of communication between the brain and external devices, providing a route around the use of a mouse, keyboard, and even controllers. At some point, it may even be possible to remove the need for other technologies. The BCI was first proposed during the 1970s by Professor Jacques Vidal at the University of California. Researchers are and continue to be motivated to further develop the technology to help the disabled establish a direct communication path for prosthetics and to enable direct control of other external devices through the BCI. More recently, Neuralink has been successful in helping the severely disabled not only complete some normal daily tasks, but even allowed for a patient to play a video game with only his brain. Isn't it interesting how the influence of films like Back to the Future and Ready Player One or a series like Black Mirror can change our world and its technology? There are many benefits of this technology, including increased productivity for businesses, a pathway to fighting many disabilities in the medical field, and even more ways to enjoy our entertainment. There are also detrimental effects, including the invasiveness of the BCI and its overall psychological effect on society. As technology advances, the brain-computer interface could potentially replace a plethora of existing business, medical, and recreational technologies. Business technologies. To start with, business technologies will be widely affected by the brain-computer interface through enabling direct communication or action in military situations, its ability to reduce communication mediation problems, and the ability to manipulate hazardous situations with remote work. BCI provides communication tools for individuals with severe motor impairments such as locked-in syndrome, enabling them to control text input or speech synthesis devices through brain signals. Although also medical-related, this in itself will allow for our society's otherwise restricted genius minds to participate and focus on improving business innovations. When it comes down to it, the BCI can be used in situations like military operations involving unmanned missions into enemy territory or even space exploration. In any situation where precision matters, the BCI will probably be of better use than any old manual input device. I can imagine in the fairly near future, the everyday use of a keyboard or mouse will be significantly reduced, along with many other external input devices. In the journal Cell, a study concluded that while surgically implanted devices allow for communication in paralyzed patients, these devices can also eavesdrop on their inner monologue. The company a person works for knowing their inner thoughts seems like it could definitely be detrimental. Since researchers have already made this much possible, the future looks pretty bright, but also quite possibly terrifying. Though I do suspect with the ability to control things with our mind, already simple business tasks and even more complex ones will become more effortless. Now on to medical technology. The possibilities are amazing with this technology because issues stemming from the brain are so vast. Also, the research being done to combat paralysis and devastating brain diseases using the BCI, to put it simply, changes everything. A team at NeuroRestore led by Gregoire Courtine and Jocelyn Bloch has found a way to use an implanted spinal cord neuroprosthesis to stimulate muscles, allowing them to move in harmony with robotics. This research advancement enhances immediate mobility and fosters long-term recovery. Stephen Hawking mentioned how the human race and our limitations based on evolution prevent us from keeping up with AI, but is that really the case with the potential of BCI modification? The brain-computer interface has many applications and proposed applications in the medical field. Many ailments from brain diseases to physical issues, not actually caused by the brain, can be combated by the use of the BCI. This, in turn, could potentially eliminate the need for many technologies in the medical field. Clinical applications of hybrid BCIs have also been proposed for Alzheimer's disease. If the BCI can prevent diseases, just how many pieces of tech can be replaced? Imagine a world where signals from an external device can rewire the brain to prevent terrible genetic mutations or quiet schizophrenia. How would you feel about blindness being cured with a bionic eye using the BCI for control? Think about the convenience of a doctor being able to understand what you are feeling to better diagnose your ailments, without you ever even having to leave the house. There is also the increased precision provided by bypassing controls during robotic surgeries. The potential of the BCI is amazing and also alarming. In the long term, you could use Neuralink to stream music directly to your brain, or experience full virtual reality without any external hardware. It's about merging with the digital world. The last technology I'll be covering, recreational technology, is probably the largest of the three, and just as transformative. If we are talking about mind-blowing, then this is exactly what the future of this particular technology will be. Most of us have seen films like Back to the Future and Ready Player One, or TV series like Black Mirror and Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams, and we are now living in a similarly futuristic world. The futuristic world we are living in now is only the tip of the iceberg. Looking back to the Neuralink research from earlier, interacting with software only using your brain through the BCI is that metaphorical tip. We aren't talking about just playing Mario Kart with your brain, we are talking about endless possibilities. In recent years, EEG-based BCIs have been extensively developed and have been applied in various fields, such as neurorehabilitation, text input, music imagery, gaming, emotion recognition, mental fatigue assessment, vigilance estimation, and motion intent recognition. We already have virtual reality games that are available within big franchises like Grand Theft Auto, Minecraft, and Doom. ABBA Voyage is a virtual concert experience that will feature digital versions of one of the biggest pop acts in the world, and DJ Marshmello and Trevor Scott have already performed virtual concerts within the Fortnite platform. We'll continue to see a transformation of entertainment in the way we watch sports and enjoy music. In the future, we'll even be able to put on VR goggles that put us right in the middle of the action, whether it's on the football pitch or on the big stage. Thought-controlled gaming could replace controllers and VR headsets, offering intensely immersive experiences. Just picture being able to feel a movie or video game, and/or see and hear what's going on in either media without screens or speakers. A direct sensory experience like that quite probably will be available in the distant or maybe even near future. Maybe an artist could create music or visuals directly from their mind, reducing dependence on traditional tools. I believe that's where we are headed, and the effects of the BCI on our recreational technologies will be quite extreme. Granted, these are mostly just ideas or concepts for the future. For now, there are definitely negatives associated with all of these ideas, and the potential for humanity to use these ideas and the BCI for very immoral reasons is definitely there. Concluding thoughts and summary. BCI technology may provide a better cognitive user interface in the metaverse than existing AR/MR/VR devices do, by enabling users to control digital avatars, objects, and interactions with brain signals. The BCI is more likely to complement rather than fully replace many technologies, especially in the near term. Current BCIs require invasive procedures or have limited bandwidth for data transfer, and non-invasive BCIs lack precision. This, along with privacy risks, potential for misuse, and societal resistance, could slow integration. High costs and specialized expertise needed for BCIs currently limit their ability to replace widely accessible technologies like smartphones or basic medical devices. Along with the aforementioned, some challenges include other ethical concerns and overall accessibility due to high costs. The brain-computer interface has the potential to disrupt and possibly replace certain business, medical, and recreational technologies as it becomes more reliable, affordable, and non-invasive. However, complete replacement of a plethora of technologies is unlikely in the near future due to technical, ethical, and economic barriers. Instead, the BCI will likely coexist with and enhance existing systems, with significant impact expected over the next 10-20 years as companies like Neuralink and others advance the field. Still, the potential is there, and the metaverse being felt, heard, and seen through the BCI seems at least relatively interesting. It's wonderful to dream, but as James Halliday said, reality is the only thing that's real.